I just got done streaming Black Clover Mobile. I streamed it for almost 4 hours. I gotta be playing it a little bit more later tonight, but I know there those of you sitting there thinking, oh, I can't wait for Stix to talk crap about the game. I think this game, Black Clover Mobile, is arguably, with the exception of Fate Grand Order, which I played quite extensively, arguably one of the best gacha adaptations of an anime, period. Now, I know you're also going to say, but Dokkan Battle is really popular and is a lot of fun. I haven't played that. The only gacha games that I've played that are direct anime adaptations are Fate Grand Order, the new Tokyo Ghoul game, the new Shield Hero game, and there are like dozens of other really bad anime games that have all been abhorrent experiences. And this one from what I've seen, admittedly, I have not watched the Black Clover anime, which surprised everyone in chat, but is apparently very accurate to the source material. That is good, because that means that I can theoretically play this game and not have to watch the anime. But at the same time, playing this game kind of made me want to watch the anime a little bit. Hey, my name is Stix, and welcome back to technically another Player Pass video, where I talk about my experience over the course of several hours, whether it be 2 hours or 20 hours. In this instance, we're taking a look at the game after, or doing a video on the game after roughly 4 hours, because, I mean, these are my launch day impressions. I might have a video up sometime next week, the week after playing for a couple dozen hours, if the game interests me for that period of time. But I figured maybe you guys want to know, based off of that 4 hour period, whether you should play the game or whether you should pass on playing it. Immediately, I do want to know, I absolutely hate the gacha in this game because it is just filled, it is polluted with male characters. Almost every single character I've gotten through the gacha has been a male.
Spotted some lovely ladies.
I got Charlotte because she was a guaranteed SSR. I have Noelle because you get Noelle through the story, and that's almost it. I think I have like one other waifu and 20 husbandos. It's actually like, you'd think that the studio wanted to make money from their game, and what they presented us with was almost no real motivation to spend money to obtain the characters, because like, I think I can speak for an overwhelming number of us when I say a lot of us want really attractive waifus in our games. This game just doesn't really have any of that. There isn't really any option for the hot waifus, which is kind of disappointing. Now, the character models do look very good. The animations and abilities all look very good. You can do a lot with your character. SSR characters are limited to level 60. SR characters are limited to level 40. R rank characters are limited to level 20. You need to upgrade them to continue to level and make them more powerful. You can rank up your characters, you can level up your characters, you can equip skill pages on your character that further enhances them. Admittedly, I have not unlocked the 2 options down the bottom left yet. I also haven't unlocked gear yet. That's apparently a feature you unlock later in the game. We can enhance our characters. This is what you use the dupes for. There is a bond system in place. The bond system provides you with rewards as you continue to level the bond with the... Wait, hold on. They actually give you stats for the characters? Oh my god, she's actually very tall. I think she's like 5'9", or close to that. But it's missing a certain body proportion there that I think there are other games that have those. This game does not, sadly. Now you get different rewards as you continue to progress their bond. So as an example here, Charlotte can be upgraded to a UR level hero. Now that's when she hits bond level 4, and when she upgrades to level 60. So I need to get her to level 60 first, upgrade her bond level to 4, and then I can upgrade her to UR character. Now this applies for all characters. If I want to do the same with Noelle, I have to level her to level 40, and then after leveling her to 40, I need to get her bond level to 1. Or, to be upgraded to a UR character, her bond level to 6. Now, it actually takes quite a while to level their bond level. I've been playing for almost 4 hours, and they're only partially through bond level 1. Now, before we delve any deeper into what this game is or what this game offers us, I want to take a moment here to thank our incredible patrons over on Patreon who allow for me to continue to do dedicated videos like this and play gacha games the day they launch every single day. You guys are phenomenal. Now back to the video. There are costumes. Noelle's swimsuit is unfortunately not in the game right now. I know some of you are sitting there mourning the absence of her outfit, and that's totally understandable. I get it, but at some point in the future, it will be present, and we're gonna get to have her in all her glory. Now, this is a game world. You can... I know there are some surprisingly large FPS drops that you'll see on screen in video, and that's because admittedly LD Player doesn't do a great job of emulating the game right now. I'm assuming over the next like week or two that'll be fixed. I also had this issue with Nikke when Nikke came out and a few other gacha games. Now this is where the bulk of the game takes place. You run around the world. There are lots of things to explore, lots of things to interact with, lots of things to loot. You can also do this at times in the areas that you enter. As an example, I will enter Haj village here. The world actually allows for you to enter towns, enter settlements, enter cities, which for a gacha game, actually is not very common. Like Reverse 1999, like Punishing Gray Raven, like Azure Lane, these are all games that don't actually let you get into the game. Like, you go into the towns, go into the cities, and explore physically. They allow for you to, like, maybe move your character around in a very small little instance area and engage some monsters, but they don't actually let you enter the world, run around it, see the characters exist within it. I think that's a feature that is seriously missing in gacha games. And then there's a purpose to exploring, because you can interact with what you see. I can't actually interact with this right now. I'm not entirely sure why that is. Normally you can break the crates and everything around, but I can't interact with this chest either. I'm sorry, I actually have no idea why it's not letting me. Typically you can, and from what I've seen of the world so far, it's actually fairly pretty. It's very bright, it's very vibrant, very filled with personality. Outside of the town exploration and the world environment, we have the adventure journal. The adventure journal lets you do various activities like fishing. You can actually fish in this game, which is so bizarre for a gacha game to have, like a feature. Here, I threw my fishing line, pulled the fish out, absolutely nailed it. I'm a professional fisherman, as you can tell. Now your bait replenishes over time, so you can continue to fish every 4 hours or so. Oh, I got an onion, wow. Yeah, I can see why that onion put up so much resistance. You have other things you can do, like you can patrol Sausage Village, which will increase the bond with your characters. It's called Bond Patrol. You engage enemies. You can actually set the combat to auto. This was not available at the beginning of the game. You can set the combat to 3 times. I did actually disable the special effects. Or not the special effects, sorry. I did disable the special abilities for the characters because I'm gonna be honest here, seeing the animations once, great. Seeing them for the 73rd time in like 30 minutes, that was a little much. So I disabled the animations, which I'm glad you could do that. And you can speed it up 3 times. So, and then you can also set it to auto. So makes it nice, fast, easy. The combat's actually pretty good. It is turn-based, as is no doubt evident by what you're watching right now. The abilities look good, the characters look good, the enemies are... I mean, like, they're gacha game enemies. They're nothing special. I mean, this dude's a pig that literally went too close to a campfire and got lit on fire. There's a challenge mode present. I haven't unlocked the limited challenges yet, but I did unlock the normal challenges. There are dungeons, the city district, ice cavern, hall of illusions, memory hall, bond patrol, which I just showed you, and the evergreen forest. These all do take up stamina. They also have a recommended combat power over on the side. I know you're looking at my team of characters here and you're like, wow, Stix, I never thought I'd ever see the day where you're playing or where your team consists of multiple male characters. And I didn't ever think I'd have a team that consisted of multiple male characters either, but here I am. The gacha is just atrocious. And it didn't give me anyone I wanted. It was the most depressing thing that happened on stream. And admittedly, I did not know one of these guys were a healer. But it's okay, because I feel like we got this in the bag. I feel like we're just ever so slightly stronger than them, because these monsters are 22. This is the highest, most difficult, challenging fight I've encountered thus far. Actually, since this is 3 waves, I don't think we have this. But combat involves... Oh, fuck, she's dead. So, you know what? I'm gonna try and win this with just 3 characters. I don't foresee us being able to successfully achieve that. But we're gonna try. Oh boy. He's almost dead. Oh god. Yes, unleash your power. You're dead. Yeah. Oh, you're okay. Well, this is gonna be my first loss, so I guess we're gonna see firsthand what it's like to lose a battle. Well, that is not something I wanted to showcase, but I mean, you know what? Here we are. If you tackle something that is too much higher than you, too much stronger than you, then you know what's gonna happen? You're gonna die. Congratulations. Speaking of power and summons, there are limited banners, there are premium banners, and there are basic banners. The gacha seems to be capped at, the pity seems to be 200. You get a guaranteed SSR hero once you reach 200 from what I can tell, which is very high. You don't earn many summon tickets in game. Like, I played a lot of Arknights, I played a lot of Azure Lane, I played a lot of Blue Archive. They're all games that are very generous in their currency. This game is not. I've done like a grand total of 4 polls, and they're like 2 of those polls were given as like pre-registration, the pre-registration launch bonus rewards. I got 1 guaranteed as part of the story. Like, they are not very forgiving with their gacha. They're like, you have a very limited selection, you have a very limited number of choices to obtain characters, and if you don't get them, you're kind of screwed for however long. That might change, might give more over time, I don't know. But given there's literally like 3 waifus and I think like 30 husbandos, I feel like it's not even really worth it in the long term. The characters just aren't at all appealing to me. Then we have the cash shop, which is about what you'd expect, except for when I made it to the premium monthly subscription. So I made it to standard, which is $5, and you get your premium black crystal currency, which is perfectly fine. Then you make it to premium monthly subscription, and over on the side, each day you log in, after paying $9.99 for it, you get 10 skip tickets. The skip tickets are tickets that you can use to skip the stages. Now, this is what I find a little bit of issue with. I don't think this is a make or break feature in the game, but in gacha games that I play, in Blue Archive, Punishing Grey Rave, I like to be able to skip a stage 43 times consecutively if I have the stamina for it, 75 times consecutively if I have the stamina for it, 200 times if I have the money to afford the replenishment of my stamina. But I currently have 15 on me, so I can do it 15 times today. After that 15th time, I have to watch the battle auto itself every time I want to do it. I can't just skip it another 5 times to reach 20. But with real money I can, and I think that is, I hate that as a feature. You can earn skip tickets in game, so before people start saying, but Stix, you can get your skip tickets in game, you know, you can get them for free. I know you can, but they're also much more limited if you earn them as a free player. And I don't want to have to. I want to be able to skip infinitely if I choose to at that point. For those of you that have watched the anime, you'll know that in the game, you join the Black Bulls, which is like a guild. And in the guild, you have the option to, like the guild here functions kind of like a hideout, like a base of operations. You collect income. I'm not quite sure why, given we're not the leader of the guild, but you have a guild and it kind of actually very strongly resembles Fairy Tail to me. How it functions, the whole guild leader thing. Like, oh my God, Vanessa. Guys, I don't know if you can see this, but how do I interact with you? Can I interact with you? I can't. Yeah. The guild hall, the hideout. I mean, that's really all it's there for, to stare at Vanessa. I mean, to accumulate your, you know, revenue and anything else that you need. I don't know, I lost my train of thought. I think all that we have left to talk about is the story. The story, from what I've experienced thus far, has actually been surprisingly decent. I think the characters I feel like the characters are your typical anime trope characters. Like, they're pretty one-dimensional, but I feel like they're still, I love anime, so I feel like they're still pretty relatable. I like the characters I've seen. I like the stories so far. I think it's told pretty well. I don't understand why the main character, Adam, Alan, Angela, whatever his name is, Asta. I don't know why he has this obsession with yelling every single sentence he has. But I mean, you know what? I didn't watch the anime. I don't know if this happens in the anime and he's as obsessed with yelling as he is there. I think that's probably one of the only issues I have, or one of the main issues I have with the game, is the fact that he just yells at everything. It's like he doesn't understand. We have inside voices and we have outside voices. We have angry ways of expressing what we want to say, and also normal ways of expressing what we want to say with a normal, moderate pitch and tone. The voice acting in English thus far is actually not bad. I feel like they've utilized characters or voice actors that I know, like Christopher Sabat, like Todd Habercorn, and I mean, at the end of the day, like the story, it is pretty decent. It's better than the majority of stories I've seen in Gacha, in Gacha adaptations of anime series, and that is pretty much how I feel about pretty much everything I've experienced. There hasn't been anything in this game where I've been like, wow, that is awesome. But there hasn't really been anything in this game where I've been like, man, this is horrible. Well, except for the fact that I couldn't really get any male or any female waifus from Gacha and the skip tickets. They're the two things that really, really bother me about the game. Overall, I think it's a fairly decent game. I think people that are fans of the anime will probably enjoy it. I feel like it's much better than your typical, than the average turn-based or idle gacha games that are released every month. But I also don't think it's better than the majority of the higher quality gacha games out there. I think it definitely has the potential to exist for, you know, like at least a year or two before shutting down, but I don't think it has the ability to really grow or garner a large amount of attention like other games have and will. But I mean, I had some fun playing it. Would I play this long term? Maybe. I'm actually contemplating playing it more over the week, but I mean, at the same time, that depends on whether other games are more or less fun and whether this game gets worse, because there are some certain aspects of it that I've heard are not that great, and a lot of people that stopped by the stream told me that they uninstalled it after a few hours of playing, so I guess we'll find out. Now, if Black Clover M is not a gacha game you're all interested in though, absolutely no problem. I got you covered 2 different videos on screen right now that might be of more interest to you.